I'm all relieved and refilled my water, so we are good to go. There's a lot of blood in here. Nocturne! Hello! How are you? What was that? Doing well. How about you? I am doing pretty great this evening. Aside from some neck and shoulder pain I am experiencing, but hopefully I can get in for a massage this Friday, and that should hopefully help me a lot. I'm actually really nervous. I've never gone in for a professional massage. I'm actually really nervous of, like, I don't like to be touched by strangers, but my back is in desperate need of professional attention, so. And I've got a trip next weekend, so I'd like to get it taken care of. You know? But, for all intents and purposes, I'm doing fantastic. I still don't have what I need to make... Man, it takes so much. Oh, hold up. Nice. Oh wait, I didn't even look to see if I can upgrade any weaponry. My bad. Nope, not yet. It's okay, our club's doing pretty great. There we go. Man, there's so many people in this area just, like, dead in the streets.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
Keep your medicines for others.
But I can help you.
As you wish. May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Great.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
That's valid.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
For now. Who are you?
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Rude. Healthy. It's worth 2,000 XP. Do you think anyone would miss him if he's gone?
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Do you think anyone would miss this guy if he was gone?
Right then. Show me what you have.
Oops, I wasn't done. I wasn't done.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war?
Probably
and
not.
all the usual
Very
crap?
toxic, dude. Yeah, I kind of want
As
to eat
long as
him.
I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
I could totally mesmerize him.
Violence is increasing.
But I'm gonna finish getting
Yeah.
information
A
first.
few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Well, I've encountered a few of those.
How is business around here?
Business? I had no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
What? I'm gonna go find out why.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
I have no patience for him, so I would do it after all the info is done. I want to get everything, but damn, I would enjoy putting him into a deep sleep. Right? Where did Colossal Joe go? Joe, where'd you go? I want to talk to you. I'm gonna go talk to this lady. Ma'am? Ma'am?
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions. if I
Ma'am.
may. I'm a doctor.
I'm a
Dr. Reed.
professional.
All right, then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
Free.
I'm shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives.
Ain't that the truth?
I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly, but it is not your concern, Doctor.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
What's that
I
guy
don't
over there
know.
writing down?
But I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate that.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Christina. Sir?
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town?
No.
Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Right, I just saw him taking notes over in the corner. I'm like, excuse you?
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's
I
logical.
served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war must stop now.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is going on, and it must be stopped.
Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea, sir. What are you doing here after sunset? Not afraid of getting out, going. Excuse me. I don't have anything for you.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
Of what?
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent
Not at all.
journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
They careth not.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
No.
I must confess, some of my rational views have been shaken by recent events.
I'll remember to stay away from the district's roughest streets then.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Woo!
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Alright, we're still looking for that Darius guy. Christina Papa. To go to sleep now. Good night. Good night, Jackie. Sleep well. See you tomorrow for the Dungeons and the Dragons.
For there is no protection against malevolence and...
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I'm
Oh.
Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
I
A
see.
scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I send him to
That's
preach
me,
the
for
good
I have
word in the
sinned.
heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
Oh, great.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I'm listening.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic.
Uh-huh.
But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
What's your
Really?
plan?
And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No,
What is left then?
cleansing fire.
Oh. Oh.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Fire is just the instinctive answer of a caveman facing something he does not understand. This is the 20th century.
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
What do you mean when you say
Also,
quite a judgment?
but you...
Wait, no, I already did this.
Well,
As a
what do you mean?
The beast.
I have heard enough.
So I kind of want to eat that guy too. I feel like Whitechapel might be a better place without him.
He judges your words and actions.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Oh, hold on. I did not ask about Dorothy.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Well,
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
I really want to get rid of him, but it
Good
wouldn't
evening,
let me
Mr.
there.
Whitaker.
Trying to figure out
It's
why.
Father Whitaker, my son.
Oh, I can't?
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
What? I thought... You're on my list, dude.
The walls of your home will not...
You and that merchant. He's on my list, too. Ooh, wah. Get him! Nice. Go check out this body. Okay, can't go that way.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Alrighty. Sorry, I had to answer that question.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles, and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Oh, I see.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Uh-huh.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
You'd be surprised.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
That's a good question.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. especially with strangers.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Well, I mean...
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
Yeah, I mean, valid.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Oof. That is,
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy, but the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
have you heard the screeching in the night?
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
I'll leave you alone, sir.
I have nothing else to say right now. Weird dude. Small flower bouquet with a voucher for a free medicinal checkup hidden between the flowers. Cool. Neat. Oh, I don't hear any screeching at all, right? Not right now.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
You aiming for a specific ending? No, because this is my first playthrough, so... I'm just doing stuff. Man, she's worth 5,000 XP.
Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary.
Is a mute.
A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you.
She can't tell you anything. Is mute.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Very well. Goodbye then.
is worth 5,000 XP. None. No talk. Quarantine. Oh, wrong button. There's Mr. Fight!
I don't know what. Like a secret or a plot I must reveal.
Wait, why would it let me bamf up here? There's nothing up here for me, game. Darn.
It's locked.
Okay. That was a weird sound.
Imprisoned by your daily routine, unable to see the true.
Oh, I wanted to talk to Joe again.
You again? What do you want this time?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
You survive at any cost, even at the expense of others. Perhaps that's just the law of nature.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here?
No.
Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. And these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
For now.
You're late. Where's my money? Time to pay, one way or another. You're late. Where's my money?
Here we go.
What? What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Okay.
Nobody at home.
Has he got a window that I can creep on him? Oh, I gotta get closer. She should wash up every now and then, you know?
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
It's locked, all right. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Okay. So, back a little bit.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Christina. Hey. Hey.
Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I see.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of it.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Alright. Let's go find Mr. Reporter Man. Oh, he's back here. Maybe he's around the other side of the church? Let's see. Meow. Running. Oh. Creepy poet man. Hanging out in the graveyard. Clayton. Oh, you're not Clayton. Oh, he's over there.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious, never goes out, doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
In the graveyard. Because he's a weirdo.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Find the mailbox and the letter. I just want to embrace that guy. I just want to know why it lets me go up here when I can't do anything. Like, this takes me nowhere. Why does it let me bamf up there? Aha! My dearest, most beloved children, I am so sorry you have not heard from me for a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed by war, but there is also a war going on here in England. A war against poverty, against injustice. This is a war I intend to fight despite my advanced years. This is why I'm writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darlings. You are grown up now and have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we sometimes must... I just lost my place. Must accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make now, to feel useful one more time. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me, and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country. I am, as ever, your loving father, Darius Petrescu. Patrescu.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should
Okay.
not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Yeah. We did it. I'm just gonna take a peek back here, okay? Oh, that's a lot to read. Of my many journeys, I believe I was the most amazed by my exploration of the Mediterranean Isles, and particularly the Isle of Santorini, searching for traces of vampire presence in these sunburnt lands. Herodotus himself refers to the island in his 4th book, and I am personally convinced that there are many mysteries to be unveiled in this part of the world. Who knows that, even today, this island of Santorini is still considered by some as the most vampire-infested place in the world, way more than the Carpathians, and that is the inhabitants are considered as specialists of the vampire hunt, or the hunt for Vicolacas, as they call this creature. According to the local myths, I'm just gonna say Vic. The Vic is a dead person who does not decay, and who can show a vermilion complexion as long as he is gorged with with fresh blood. He cannot enter a house without knocking and getting a response. Garlic makes him flee. He does not consume under the sun, but his skin blackens. He can change into wolf and other animals. What struck me the most is that the same name exists with small variations from Mediterranean Sea to the Balkans. The Greeks call him the Vic. Vrick. Blah, blah, blah. The Bulgarians and the Macedonians name him Varkolak or Varkolak. The Serbians call him Vukodlak. Yes, Vukodlak, a name so similar to Volkod. All these words! We already know, my dear brothers. Just to write the few words now gives me the shivers. I'm personally convinced that we are here, confronted to some of proto-vampire. Maybe they are Maybe they are a missing link between the modern vampires and the creatures that came before them. If God allows me enough time, I wish one day to go back to the Santorini island and find the trail of this antique and forgotten figure. From Drinking at the Fountain of Knowledge by Usher Taltree. You'll be fine. Thank you, Nocturne. I'm just taken from this guy right in front of him. It's fine.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Oh.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
Are you dying?
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, I think you do. Take this, and you'll feel better.
Free drugs from an English doctor. It must be my lucky day.
Well, I think you do.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever, too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Oh, that's what you mean. Got it.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family.
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane?
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery.
I can imagine a lot.
Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Alright, well, I guess
Goodbye,
it's time to go talk to Dorothea. Dorothea. Me too, buddy. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing, bing. Bye, followers. No thanks. Stairs. I need to go up the stairs. Uh-oh. I hear hissing.
I need help.
I'll help you.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
Well, steady as she goes.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor.
Wow, is this...
He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see.
Need snack. So much blood.
I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good.
I'm so
Stitches are
stressed.
holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I mean, he is. I'm not. We tried. If I'd finished alone, I could have eaten him.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log?
What?
Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the
What do you want
continent.
from me, woman? I just tried to save that
Neither have
man!
I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but
She wants you to heal like the healer that you are.
I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
And a snack.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
No.
To what? I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
I kind of want to use the charm option because it's there. It's an unlocked option, so I kind of want to use it. But what does that mean? You'll forget about all... You'll forget. Like, is she gonna forget that she was blackmailing her? Or just forget this conversation? Because I'm here to stop the blackmailing. Will the charm stop the blackmailing? Or do I have to embrace her? Is the radiance of your 25 charisma. I'm gonna try charm.
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Whoa. Yeah, my mesmerize level has gone up. Let's go. Let it. Her apron's doing something a little weird there. Nah, she's fine. She can continue to work at the hospital.
It's locked.
She has plenty of ambition left. What was that? What the? Eat you! Though I love how chaotic you are. I figured if anyone was going to approve, you would. Ouch! Ugh. I've been hearing, I wish I could eat this person.
Filthy piece of shit!
I won't have any dire no, none whatsoever. It's okay. I feel like this is gonna be a game that we can play a few times. Because rumor has it, it's got more than one ending. And I want to do, like, super, like, nom run, where I eat lots of people. Can't wait for the die roll run. Okay, where am I going from here? Has it?
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your life away.
Hold up. Oh, hey. It's 3. Ooh, 3.
I cannot enter.
Of course we can't. Oh, I don't need to eat that. I'm good. Okay.
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Dang.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Oh, does it have 4? Nice. Bat in the, I mean, another one, which I don't really remember. Maybe, okay. Almost back.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Oh. Hello? Oh, jeez. Give me a second to just kind of go over here. Ow! Ow! Would you stop? Oh, where's Charlie? 'Cause no, I got cornered. I hope. Did anyone notice if it auto-saved right before that? I sure hope so. Okay, good. Did.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Because Sheen. Yeah, I got you.
Let's see how we like a bit of fire. Crush the leech, boys.
Noms. Oh, I missed. I wasn't close enough. Charlie, but my figure could also fit, given how bitey you are, right?
It's down. Finish.
Noms.
Burn it, boys.
No. All right, Vincent's down.
Roast it alive.
Oh, I got him. Jeez. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. There's a crying babe. Oh. I'm out of here. Jeez. Oh, that's where the scaffolding is. Cool. Yes.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Then give it water. Nice. Science. Oh, I don't have enough for that. Aha. Petrol. That's a funny way to spell water. Reports of mysterious disappearances have escalated in the past weeks. It has reached the point where witnesses have to queue before recounting their testimonies to an officer. Although this phenomenon appears to be nationwide occurrence, the statements of the last 24 hours have converged around a single area in the country, Whitechapel, London. Yes, once more, the despised and loathed East End is left to struggle on its own, continuously overlooked by the authorities, even while numerous families from this district report the unexplained disappearances of relatives and neighbors. What has appeared to these missing... Wow, I cannot read tonight. What has happened to these missing individuals? Where are they? The only link between them seems to be their health and their need for urgent medical attention. Until recently, it was a local secret that the only place to get help was a discreet dispensary managed by unidentified Good Samaritans, but the place now seems to be closed and no one has any news from that facility. Did the missing persons go to a more secret place? Have they been discreetly moved to a more official service? One day, the London City Council's Board of Health will have to answer for this new mystery. Oops. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Actually? Yeah, apparently she's missing? My bad? Maybe? Oops. Oh no, this patient is gone. And so is... Oh no, she's right there. Well, she startled me.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
Am I a vamp? Yes.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I
Well,
doubt even
hello.
if you
If
find
those
him,
aren't
he
the
will answer you,
consequences to my
considering how
actions.
cruelly he treated you.
What do you mean, Calissa?
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
How easy it is to make another werewolf.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Oh.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
But I want to know.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Ma'am?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
I just caught you, so... Maybe you are.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
And no one suspected you of the murders.
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
As long as they follow the masquerade.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
What type of vampire is a Scar?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Really? You look like you're in your 30s. But, you know, that's my... You don't have to have a 6-month period of taking the werewolf out to dinner and long walks in the woods without missing a single day, giving them at least 1 hour of belly rubs and ear scritches until finally, in solemn ceremony, you sniff each other's... I've been lied to, the outrage. That's amazing. Oh, man.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Does she? Are you sure?
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
So, yes.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club.
Accurate.
I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain. More than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear.
That's true.
They are sworn to destroy our kind.
All fanatics are dangerous.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
It's pretty bad.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
I bid you farewell, for now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll run back upstairs.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Right. Chapter 3. We did it. Chapter 3. Dun, dun, dun. So, that nurse that you trust so much, Dr. Swansea, she might not be back for a while, or ever. Doctor? Oh, there he is.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
Okay.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I analyzed the blood?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear
right.
boy, with your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
I may turn London into my realm.
I admit it did occur to me. Blood seems to be the common factor in all of this.
You think?
I totally agree. We're in uncharted territory here. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but imagine the possibilities.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you.
Uh-huh.
I have some rather bad news.
Okay.
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
I'm the one that's sorry. I'm the one that drained her dry because I needed to. I just needed a sippy cup. I just needed a juice box. I'm gonna go out the window.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself.
We had more than a juice box. Yeah, we had a whole box of juice boxes. No, we can't go that. Oh, hold up.
It's locked.
Of course it is. Okay, so we needed a whole bowl of soup.
I'll take it.
Ooh. Oh gosh. Really? Sir? Are you kidding me? What is happening? Oh gosh. What is... I'm stuck. There's nobody just killed me because I'm stuck. I'm at soup. What do you mean you are at soup? Oh no. Direction were we going from here? Was it this way? Okay, yeah. Get him. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Excuse me.
Over there! There's one of them birdies! I'm sending you back in the fucking grill!
Oh, jeez. Oh. That was weird. What happened? What? Oh, jeez. Was someone else shooting at me?
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
I'm working on it, man.
What do you want? Somebody help!
There we go.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
Had to deal with them a little bit.
Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
There we go. No. I mean, I'm okay if these guys are killing vampire hunters. That's fine.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony. Avery, I leave you to care for my mother. I'm in no state to comfort her.
Okay, discreetly. Here we go.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. we commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Dad.
Yes, madam.
It's Jonathan up there in the corner.
Oh, Mary. What have I done?
It was an accident.
If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What
Have
brings
to
you
head out
here?
to an appointment. All right, no
I thought
worries,
you could use the
Callisto.
company.
Have a nice day.
So sorry for your loss.
I'll be finishing up soon anyway, so you won't miss too much.
She was a good,
But thanks for hanging out with me.
vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much
Thank
as a
you.
candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this.
I'm
You
sad.
must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries. And time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
All right. Wait, did it save? I imagine it's saved, right? Did it save? God, Gosh, the flickering light. Oh, it's about to, because I'll rest. Then it will save. And that will be the perfect spot to end for the night. Yeah. It was nice to have her there to comfort. Alrighty.